What's up, everybody? Donovan PNS at your service. Just coming to you today with another video thought blog, and it's simply called Use It or Lose It. Not to waste time with the gift that God gives you, and only you. All right, I got my little PowerPoint cue cards out here in Studio V, out here outside in a secret location, but quiet. What is your gift? I know for me, I spent the younger part of my life scrambling for things, scrambling for jobs, trying to figure out what career I wanted to go into. Kind of listening to everybody else, listening to my mom. Hey, you need a trade, you need a career. You got to work, you got to provide for you, your family. You want to get a place to stay. Of course, you got to pay for that. Those things were, I wouldn't say drilled into my head, but definitely told to me growing up. And when I was in high school, before leaving home, those things were definitely brought up time and time again. What are you going to do when you get out of school? And these things are definitely concerns that we need to address on the way out of our homes, of our parents, and on the way into adulthood. Don't get me wrong with that. But there's a backdrop to that, though, I think, is that talent that God gives you, something that isn't necessarily related to a job, grunt work or something like that, but something that calls you to a passion, to a love that you like to do. My mother always, just wanted me to think about that. You get a job, or trade is the key in what I need to live my life. And I definitely don't disagree with that. You need a job. You need to make a living. You got to live your life, and you need money to do that, to make money, to take care of the needs in your life. But there's an interesting thing to that in discovering my gift. It was something that I was doing. I thought it was something wrong with me. I seriously did. And I'll share more in Life Pages about that. How I started writing poetry, kind of something I didn't want to do in 12th grade. It kind of just hit me after that. But I spent the early years, I wanted to be, I thought, hey, I'm good with numbers. I wanted to be an accountant. That didn't work out. I liked sticking bobby pins and electrical sockets at one time. So, I thought maybe an electrician. And I did try to get a feel of that. And no, that's not working out. Then there are the obvious things that you say you can start at entry level, fast foods and even retail. And I have a love for retail. I have a love for the customers and what they like. And I like seeing their expressions. And when these new things come out, just like I'm excited when new things come out and see how a customer can use them and things like that. Fast food. Once again, customer service. I think about jobs on a general. I've liked customer service, just reacting with people more than anything. That's what I've liked as far as working a job, is interacting with people. But in the same sense, I found myself, when I had downtime, was bored out my mind at a job, or even in the bathroom, restroom, sorry, I would find myself writing. I mean, thoughts, ideas, poetry, story ideas, song ideas. I would find myself writing like it was an addiction. Seriously, I mean, I was writing on toilet paper, napkins. I'd come home. Sometimes I have my pockets filled with toilet paper, napkins. I would, like kind of like someone would ask you off the streets for a cigarette. I would kind of ask people, "Hey man, you got a pen? You got a piece of paper? I got something I got to write down." And that's kind of how it was at first for me. I didn't understand it, um, but it always happened when I was doing these other jobs that the passion, the calling, to do something different, to write life down, to speak, um, always was there. It even more so, yeah, even really when I was started working more often, started really working. That's when the writing really hit. And there's some other points I can share on life pages later on, but I don't want to take too long in this video. And I was just like, man, while I'm improving someone else's company, while I'm helping someone else, a company grow by being their worker, these thoughts are coming to mind, these ideas, and I can either use it or lose it. And a lot of times I didn't write it down. I thought about things and I lost them. And that's what I wanted to share in this video. It's important just to write things down, because if you don't, you lose it. To really cultivate what you're thinking, good and bad, because if you really cultivate the good, it can manifest into something great. If you cultivate the bad, which means talk about it and get it out your system, it can help you get to clear the way for some good things, some good things instead of bad. What is your gift? Is there something that stands out to you, something that bugs you when you're working, or just kind of like when you're having those quiet moments? What bugs you? Do you like to take pictures? Um, you like to be out in nature? Do you like to describe things? There could be anything. Do you like to cook? I mean, really cook. To I cook out of necessity. I don't cook because I love it. I cook out of necessity. But there are people who actually cook because they love it. I have friends. I have a cousin who, you know, on Facebook shows all types of food that he murders. The plates look good, and that's his thing. Um, Not mine. I will not show you anything I cook on Facebook. I will not. But what is your talent? And are you really cultivating it? Think about when you don't cultivate things, when you got something on your mind and it's not clear what it is. That's what I think about when you're not sure what your gift is, or you're not cultivating it. And I know, you know, a lot of years I spent just frustrated because it was building up. Even when life seemed to be going well, something still wasn't right. Like I wasn't doing what I needed to be doing. I'm doing what, let's put it this way, I'm not doing what I wanted to do. Doing what I needed to do to get by. I was working, I was paying the bills, I was just surviving. But I felt like I wasn't thriving. I felt like I wasn't getting to having a joy within me. I was, just temporarily happy, getting a paycheck, but and you kind of get a paycheck, and after taxes and stuff, you're like, well, let's do this again another week and another week. But I was frustrated. Um, and that dissatisfaction, it needs an action. Um, just sitting and thinking about things occasionally will not do. It's going to bug you if you don't take action. And then when you take action, you have to ask yourself, what are the right and wrong choices? Because in trying to find your gift and trying to find what you're trying to do in this world, what you need to do in this world, what you're called to do in this world, you will make mistakes. You know, I said I like numbers. I like numbers. I like math up to a certain part, but that does not mean for me to become a mathematician. This does not mean for me to become a math teacher. Uh, I go up to a certain part of math. That's it. And that's the same thing. What certain things you do, you might, well, yeah, I like that, like that. Then you come to find out that it goes up to a certain point. It's not something you actually love to do. It's not something that you like, wow, this is something, boom, I can do for the rest of my life. So you make right and wrong choices. It's like a road you walk. You try to walk a straight path. You make a right turn. That can lead to something greater. You make a left turn. That can lead to something worse. But you keep walking. And your destiny builds because of those choices towards your gift and what you're called to do. Which leads me to my next point. You walk it out. When you walk out your path and learn the lessons God wants you to know, you then gain experience and example of what you need to do, and also the heart to help others, you know, trying to figure out their gift in their path as well. It's not one size fits all for life. You know, it can't be 50 people in a room and we're all going the same way. In some ways, we may have kind of a common ground or a common path, but we still, as individuals, have an individual gift or and road that we need to take for God, and not it's not all one size fits all. God created us with a personal gift and a specific plan to walk. You have yours, I have mine. And it's not to be conceited or mean, but it's just the truth. I mean, we all come to those fork in the roads where we walk together and we walk with God, we walk apart from others. We, have a group of people we walk with, then we walk with another group of people. And, hopefully it comes to a collective end at the end of it when we do walk those paths. But we all have an individual path to walk, and we need to walk it out. And think about the legacy of that. What is the meaning of legacy? Well, legacy is something transmitted by or received from an ancestor or predecessor or from the past. Here's some examples. She left us a legacy of $1 million. He left his children a legacy of love and respect. Her artistic legacy lives on through her children. And I think, so what do you want your legacy to be? In between the dashes, for me it's 1968 dash. And whatever in that is, I want it to be meaningful. I want it to be a legacy, a life of significance and a life of glory, not to myself, but to God and for others to see. And your legacy is something that you're creating today, good or bad, whether you realize it or not. It's something you're creating today. Why not, for the overall of your life, make it a good legacy? And to sum it up, guys, sorry I'm kind of like I said, in a quiet spot with my PowerPoint paper here. But to sum it up, God put us here on assignment with a gift to contribute to the world. Learn what your gift is, use it or lose it. it's your choice. And that overall choice would be your legacy of who you are and what you will be remembered by. Make it count the only way you can and God created you to be. I want you to shine, and I want to shine my light as well. So let's look out for each other. Let's look out. Let me see what you do, what you got, and how you do your thing, and watch how I do mine. That's my thought for today, guys. Everyone, use it or lose it, the gift that God gives you. Because using it gives you such a great advantage to share with this world. I mean, we only have one shot. And that's all we got. We got to make it count. But that's my thoughts for today, guys. If this is something that resonates with you, please like, share it. I'm sorry it's kind of a janky video, but I had to make it and share my heart about this thought. But definitely, if you like the content, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon, and there'll be more videos to come. Donovan PNS, out.